Hare Krishna. So presently there's a phenomena called veganism spreading globally, especially in the West, and it is actually very relevant to devotees. We find that many vegans are coming to our temples and devotee functions. Also, many vegans are involved in the yoga movement. And these are areas, so they're involved in yoga and health, and these are people that we are interested to preach to. Especially, many of them are already coming to our temples. So how do we understand veganism in relationship to our understanding of vegetarianism? This is an important topic, and I found, and it has many implications. Recently, the vegans brought out two very major documentary movies, one called Cowspiracy and one called Milk. And in those two documentaries that are being widely shown throughout the world, they try to articulate their philosophy. And of course, they're very well done, and they're presented with good, strong science to support their views. And we as devotees should understand how that is working, because although they have chosen to stop eating meat, what they call a plant-based diet, their science and philosophy is defective. And we can present, just like Srila Prabhupada wanted to do, and wanted the devotees to do with the Bhaktivedanta Institute. In the Bhaktivedanta Institute, we challenged modern science and presented better science, not Vedic science, because people who we're preaching to don't have the faith to accept what's in the Vedas. So we have to present science that's better than their science. In other words, defeat science with science. So if we look at the science in these two documentary films, we need, as preachers of Krishna consciousness, we should understand how there's a better science. There's, of course, the Vedic science, which we accept on faith, but we need to be able to explain it from a modern scientific perspective before we can take people on that journey from modern science to Vedic science. So these are some important issues that arise in the vegan movement. In the documentary Cowspiracy, they raise many serious questions that are issues that affect the whole planet. For example, global warming is a big issue. And then there's another big crisis that's identified as a shortage of water. And there's denutrification of food and desertification. So many millions of acres of fertile land are going back into desert and no longer fertile. These are major issues. Overpopulation. So the vegans and people in general that are sensitive, intelligent, and trying to understand world issues and world affairs, they hear about the vegan philosophy, which explains very strongly that one of the major issues causing these problems in the world, global warming, water shortage, they attribute it to the meat-eating industry. And of the meat-eating industry, the beef industry is a major part. Cows. So they say that they explain, and science supports this point, that cows, there are so many cows on the planet that are from their dung and urine, so many gases, toxic gases, methane and CO2, go into the atmosphere and create global warming. Actually, the gases off from cow dung is more than all the cars and trucks and airplanes and industry on planet Earth. So this is hard to believe, but actually it's true. So how as devotees do we respond to that issue? How do we deal with the major issues on planet Earth? So it can be done, it can be explained. Cows are, so of course, vegans, they have said, well, what can I do? And they personally make a choice to stop eating meat, to stop supporting the meat industry, with the conclusion that there should be far less cows on the planet, because cows are the problem. Too many cows produce too much methane. So we need to know how to respond to that argument. And our point is that there's not too many cows. Actually, there could even be many more cows. The issue is not too many cows or too few cows. The issue actually is how to manage the cows. Cow management, how to manage the cow dung, how to manage the, and how to graze them effectively. These two issues especially, grazing and management of cow dung. When the cow dung gives off gases, there's a way to reverse that. If you take the cow dung through proper management systems, you immediately take it and compost it. It captures those gases before they escape into the atmosphere. You capture those gases in compost and it turns it into super fertile soil, which then goes on, can be used as fertilizer and put back into the soil, into the earth. This is called carbon sequestration. So when that is done, then the whole system is reversed. Instead of creating a big problem, it solves problems. It creates, when you have fertile soil, it has a huge capacity for holding water, so water is not escaping. The fertile soil helps to produce more good, healthy food, and so on. So this simple principle of managing the cow dung and the cow urine properly. And as I've traveled all over India recently, nobody is doing this. The cow dung is piled up and the cows are overgrazing and causing the land to reverse to desert, and the cow dung is producing all these gases. So we need to demonstrate ourselves in our own goshals proper practices and proper management of the cow dung and cow grazing. If these two things are done properly, the whole system is reversed. Simple science, simple soil science that defeats the vegan conclusion that cows are bad. So on the one hand, the vegans, we like the vegans because when they stop eating meat, they tend towards the mode of goodness and become more receptive to Krishna consciousness. But on the other hand, they don't understand the role of cows in the cycle of life and the fertility of Mother Earth. So we need to be able to explain these things to vegans. Our preachers of Krishna consciousness now are encountering vegans almost on a daily basis, especially in the West. And so our preachers need to be aware of these things so that they can explain them properly. I liken it in many ways to Buddhism. If you can understand, Krishna incarnated as Lord Buddha for the purpose, and when he incarnated as Buddha, he taught and preached a bogus philosophy. And he did that just for the purpose of getting people to stop eating meat. And of course we know the rest of the story, how Krishna had to come again to reestablish the correct Siddhanta. But getting people to stop eating meat is a good thing. So in that sense, being a vegan is a good thing. But it's not a complete philosophy or perfect philosophy, because it negates the role of cows and doesn't understand how cows play an important role in the complete system of human civilization. So that's my synopsis of veganism. There's much more that can be said on these topics, especially in the science of it, but at least that's a little introduction. So Ahimsa milk is a term that's become prominent in recent years amongst devotees. It of course refers to milk that comes from cows that are being protected for life, as opposed to the dairy products that can be bought commercially from any store anywhere in the world. Basically all milk and all dairy products on planet Earth are coming from the slaughterhouse. Dairies are just another aspect of slaughterhouses. So when you buy milk at the store, you're supporting a slaughterhouse. And so devotees are now starting to resist that, even though some devotees are continuing this practice, offering commercial milk to deities, saying that Srila Prabhupada did it, and therefore we follow Prabhupada. However, I personally don't support that line of thinking. There are several reasons why. One is the commercial milk that was present when Prabhupada was on the planet is not the same as the commercial milk today. When Prabhupada was on the planet, milk was not, the commercial milk wasn't filled with steroids and antibiotics that are in the milk today. Furthermore, commercial milk, the cows producing that milk are on a diet of almost 100% genetically modified food. So that is going into the milk. The third point is that 40 odd years have gone by since Prabhupada was on the planet, and at that time he said all of our city temples should be offering milk to the deities from our rural communities. This is still not happening after so many years, and so we cannot justify offering commercial milk any longer. So in this connection, I support devotees who have taken that vow of veganism in the sense that they will only take milk products from protected cows by devotees. And devotees, for that matter, are the only people on planet Earth that are protecting cows and understand this principle of cow protection. So that's my short explanation of Ahimsa milk. Hare Krishna.